Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Vaibhavi Patil, Assistant Professor from BMS Department. Today, I'm going to explain the mathematical function for a business decision making. So, have you ever used a vending machine? The vending machine, if you put a coin in a vending machine, it gives our favorite snack. That is what exactly function means. A function, if you put a input, it gives exactly one output. So, first, what is a function? A function is a special relationship between two sets of number or objects. In simple terms, a function takes an input, that is called domain, and gives an output, that is called the range, or also called as codomain. Each input has exactly one output. So a function is like a machine. You put something in it, it gives you something out. Okay, so there are lots of real life examples of the function. First is profit calculation. A company may use a function to calculate profit based on the number of products sold. That is, input is number of items sold and output is total profit. Second is temperature conversion. To convert Celsius into Fahrenheit, it's a function. In input, a temperature in Celsius and output temperature in Fahrenheit. Third one is speed calculation. The speed of a car is a function of a times spent traveling at a constant speed. So input is time and output is decision travel. So basic concept of a function. So first is domain and range. Domain, the set of possible input values, is called as an independent variable. The range, and second is range, the set of possible output values, that is called as dependent variable. The types of function, there are two types of function. First is linear function and second is non-linear function. Linear function means represent the straight line relationship. For example, profit is equal to revenue minus cost. Non-linear function is they represent the curve relation. For example, quadratic function used in modeling revenue based on the price. For example, f of x, consider a function f of x equal to 2x. The function takes an input x and gives you 2x as the output. For example, if you put x equal to 3, it gives f of 3 equal to 6. That is 2 into 3 is equal to 6. Okay, so these are the standard function from economics. The function is mostly used in the economics and in business statistics. So first function is demand function. The demand function shows the relation between the quantity demanded of a good and its price holding over the factors constant. Generally, as the price increases, the quantity demanded decreases. This is the standard form of the demand function. D is equal to f of p, where d is considered as a demand and p is considered as a price. For example, a linear demand function could be q equal to 100 minus 2p, where p is considered as a price. It gives the price 1 unit and the quantity demanded decreases by 2 units. Second function is supply function. The supply function shows the relation between the quantity supplied of a good and its price. Typically, the price increases, producers are willing to supply more of the goods. Standard form of the supply function is S equal to G of P and Q equal to G of P, where S is a quantity supplied and P is equal to price of the price of the good. For example, a linear supply function might look S equal to 10 plus 3P. That indicates the price increases by 1 unit and the quantity supplied increases by 3 units. This is the solve problems. Consider a example for the demand function d equal, there is some equation, that is d equal to p square plus p plus 1, and the price is p is at the price is 5, and also find the price when the demand is 21. So first we find the demand at p equal to 5. P means price. So here we put the p equal to 5 in that equation. It gives the demand 7, and we also find the demand when p is, and we also find the price when we put demand is equal to 21. That is why the factorization method, it gives p equal to p minus 5 and p equal to 4. But we also know the price never negative, therefore it consider as a p equal to 4. Now next point is break even point. The break even point is nothing but at the point where the demand and supply both are equal. That is, the break even point is the point at which the quantity of a good supplied is equal to the quantity of good demanded. That is d equal to c. The d equal to, and we know the function of demand and supply f of p equal to j of p, where q is, which is also as known as qd equal to qs, where qd is quantity demanded and qs is quantity supplied. This is the graph of equilibrium point. Here we can show the demand, the decreasing is the curve is the demand function and increasing curve is the supply function. At the point where demand and supply both are equal, that point is called as a break even point. Thank you.